The fact that you were in the hospital, allegedly, it didn't stop you from picking up a criminal trespass in a drug case.
Yes, Your Honor.
So again, we're back to the point. Why can people not report? That's the easiest thing to do. Court is calling 2023 CR 1288, State of Texas versus Blas Christian Casimiro. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Forrest Good on behalf of the defense.
And are you Mr. Casimiro?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Blas Christian Casimiro Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 1288 for the offense of evading arrest or detention 2 or more on April 25th, 2023 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Blas Christian Casimiro Jr., the then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed on May 25th, 2023, in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true.
That state waives all the violations, Judge.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Judge, there's no agreement. We're going over to the court.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
We're requesting 18 months in the state of jail.
Defense, what are you requesting?
We're requesting a state fee and a continuation of probation.
Probation, what is your recommendation on Mr. Casimiro?
Our recommendation is revocation.
All right, what I can tell you, because your client has 2 pending offenses, they're not going to accept him. So I don't know, what has he done on probation?
Your Honor, he failed to report to probation. He hasn't done anything.
He had a very rough start, Your Honor. And it was only until before he got arrested that he was starting to make moves towards being able to
And why was he arrested?
possession and trespass, Your Honor.
See, the number 1 rule when you're on probation is don't pick up any more cases. Not only did he pick up more cases, but he hasn't done anything, didn't report, didn't do anything. There's nothing for me to do with that. He hasn't done anything. Obviously, he doesn't want to be on probation.
I do know this is when I called, I was at the hospital. I was sick. I had a
All
fever.
right, you want to raise your right hand for me?
Yeah.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Blas Casimiro.
All right. So here's the thing. You're under oath. That means the state can get you, is allowed to ask you questions. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So for me, the fact that you were in the hospital, allegedly, it didn't stop you from picking up a criminal trespass in a drug case.
Yes, Your Honor.
So again, we're back to the point. Why can people not report? That's the easiest thing to do. You just report. If there's an issue, if there's a drug use issue, if there's a mental health issue, I'll address that. But I cannot have the report. And not only did he not report, he allegedly picked up new cases. And I remember this case. I'm the one who wrote everything down. And I wrote this down based upon my evaluation of him, and he did nothing. All he did while he was on probation was pick up new cases. So there, I can't help him. He doesn't want to be helped. And
Okay.
sometimes you can't help people. All right, I'm going to find you guilty, grant the motion. Counsel, do you want to speak? The state is asking for 18 months.
We asked for a year.
All right. So then the question becomes, what is his criminal history? Why are we at 18 months? Because I can
Judge,
sentence you to the full 2 years.
the main reason why I did 18 months, as far as I could tell, there was no violent criminal history that he'd been convicted on. There were a few cases. It was also due to the fact that since he was on deferred, and he did nothing, that was another consideration why I went more than a year.
Thank you. All right, counsel, anything you wish to say?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, the court is going to sentence you to 18 months in the state jail facility. I'll give you credit for any time served. If you would like, I can request that you be placed in the therapeutic community. It doesn't increase your time in the facility, but it's just something that may can help you if you have a drug or alcohol use issue. Would you like that?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to ask for the therapeutic community as well.
And Judge, the state will take into consideration the 2 other open cases.
Okay, and then the state is saying that they're going to take into consideration the other cases, so you won't have those. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is not a plea bargaining agreement, so you do have a
So what is
limited
this?
right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on probation. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're off the record. You have a question?
So I'm going to prison, right?
You're going to the state jail facility. It's slightly different from prison, but it's still prison.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're gonna have to do better. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
Marcella Alonso. All right, how long have you been at the Oxford Sober Living?
It'll be 11 months and August the 4th, so September the 4th, it will be my year. I've been there 10 months.
All right. And when is your mother going to the assisted living?
August the 1st.
Probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
In regards to this case with her wanting to leave the Oxford Sober Living because she's saying her mother will no longer be able to take care of the 15-year-old.
Yes, Your Honor.
What type of assistance can still be given to her?
Yes.
Because I don't want her to have a backslide because she's not at Oxford House. And at least Oxford House, it's sober living.
Your Honor, we can amend for IVR hotline and either the supportive outpatient treatment or intensive outpatient treatment.
All right.
We can start there.
So I completed intensive outpatient December.
Okay. Do you have a sponsor?
Yes,
That's a good thing.
I have my sponsor, and then so from work, if I leave work at 6, there are meetings that I can go to off of Blanco that start at 7 throughout the week. I already go to those meetings, so it's easy for me to leave work, go over there, meet my sponsor before a meeting and go home.
All right. And who else would be living in the home with you and the 15-year-old?
Just me and my 15-year-old.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. If you backslide, that's going to be a problem. And let me just tell you what all the problems that can happen if you backslide. Number one, maybe you won't be allowed to live with a 15-year-old anymore. You now know your mom can no longer take care of the 15-year-old.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And because of this charge, you're looking at potentially 2 years in the state jail facility. I'm sorry, not 2 years. It was enhanced to a 3rd degree. So you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So it appears to me that you know what you need to do to remain clean and sober. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've got to continue to do that.
Yes.
So your mom's is moving out on August
The first.
1st.
Mhm.
And are you helping her with her move or probation? So in this case, is there any way we can get an update from Oxford House?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Are you employed?
Yes.
All right, what are your work hours?
Anywhere from 8 to 6.
Is that
Monday
every
through
day?
Friday, and then Saturdays, if I work on a Saturday, which is not all the time, it's from 9 to 2.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Do you have a lunch break?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna reschedule you for July 24th, but you can appear by Zoom. Are you able to do Zoom?
Yes.
All right, we'll have you appear by Zoom. That'll give me a chance and probation a chance to check with Oxford House, because I don't want to set you up for failure.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna see what we can do,
Okay.
but I am gonna let you move with your 15-year-old. I just want some safeguards in place. So you don't
Okay.
have to worry that your 15-year-old is not gonna have anybody, but I just want to see what safeguards we can put in place.
Mhm.
So we'll allow you to Zoom in on the 24th.
Okay, and then I mean, I can give you the number to my Oxford, I don't have it on me, but like to the direct house that I'm staying in.
Yes.
And then there's a number of women, and Mr. Acevedo has emails from where I was sending my UA, submitting my UAs from other members of the house also, so
Okay.
he has their emails and phone numbers and.
All right, if you can make sure probation gets that, and again, don't worry about your 15-year-old not having any place to stay or not having you. I just want to make sure that there are certain safeguards in place for you.
I understand.
So I'm going to allow that, but we'll have everything set up by the 24th, so you'll know what to do. And I'm writing in here that you may appear by Zoom.
Okay,
Okay?
I have another request, Chair.
Sure.
So I have a storage unit up in Everett, Washington,
Mhm.
and I mean, I don't have the funds right now. But I mean, I've been doing research on finding, moving like nationwide. So if I can get funds, can I get permission to go and pack up my storage unit so it can get transferred down here?
All right, so here's the thing. I always tell people, we don't cross bridges till they're built.
Okay,
So once you get that information, then the court will strongly consider it, okay?
okay,
And whether or not I allow you to do that depends on how well you're doing, okay?
okay. It's just because I don't know, well, okay, we'll just.
Yeah,
come back.
just
I'll
figure
just
out-
do my research. on
yes,
it.
do your research, figure out what the plan is.
Okay,
Don't have them on Storage Wars selling your stuff.
no, I know.
Have you seen Storage Wars?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
I don't know why people would put diamonds in a storage unit, but okay. All right, so we'll bring you back on the 24th, but it'll be by Zoom.
Okay.
And probation will provide you with the Zoom link.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 3132, State of Texas versus Kent Mitchell Sturgis. Can our parties announce for the record for the state,
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
for the
Sure.
defense?
Carol Patterson for the defense.
And are you Mr. Sturgis? All right, you entered a plea of no contest on May 22nd to the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishments be assessed at 7 years in the prison, and the state is silent on your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state,
Yes, Your Honor.
defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state,
No, Your Honor.
defense?
No,
All right, the state is silent. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
no, Your Honor. I would like to ask Mr. Sturgis a few questions, please.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ken Sturgis.
All right, defense?
Mr. Sturgis, in the PSI, they are recommending some sort of treatment, inpatient or outpatient. Would it benefit you if you were to be allowed to go to drug court?
Yeah, no, I have a problem, so I like to do something. Outpatient, drug court would be great.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to speak up so the court reporter can hear.
Do you have a place that you can live while you're going through this treatment?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And it's here in San Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
After you were finished with treatment and are successful with it, what are your plans after that?
If I could go up to Missouri and get to work, that's what I plan to do unless I have to wait it all out here.
Do you have family in Missouri?
Yeah, I've got a strong support system.
Okay. Would you be willing, once you get up there, to continue some sort of treatments?
Yes, yeah, I can do that.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. States you're silent, but is there any questions you have for Mr. Sturgis related to any fact issue?
No, ma'am, no questions, Your Honor.
All right. Everyone, just give me one moment. All right, so Mr. Sturgis, how long have you been using drugs?
A little while now.
What does that mean?
Since I was in my teens, off and on,
And what drugs have you been using?
meth,
Do you have children?
yes, I do.
How many?
I've got 3 boys and a daughter,
What are their ages?
15, 12, and 10, and I got a 2-year-old girl
And who do they reside with?
with her mom.
Okay, same mother?
I've got 3 different baby moms.
You have 3 mothers of your children.
Yes,
We don't do baby mamas in this court, okay?
yes,
And where do they live as far as, are they in Texas or somewhere else?
Missouri and Florida.
Why are you in Texas?
My mom is down here. Can't be close to her.
And so you thought to bring trouble to your mom's doorstep?
I wasn't intentional.
All right, so I want to know about your criminal history. There is a case in here that says you received 3 years for armed criminal action. What is that?
I used a weapon on someone.
All right, tell me about that.
I came home to another man with my old lady and grabbed a hatchet and hit him with it.
Grabbed a hatchet and what?
Hit him with it.
Well, I'm assuming he survived because it's not murder.
Yeah.
Well, did he survive?
Yeah,
Where did you hit him?
on the head.
And how did you get caught in that case?
I called the cops.
And so you did 3 years in prison for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you want drug treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
And that armed criminal action case, what state was that out of? Missouri?
Yes, ma'am.
I always like to look up new laws, so I see. Okay. Any other questions for your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I always review everything before sentencing. And I do see that during this offense, it appears that you were extremely high because it says that you were sweating and driving around with no clothes on. I'm going to give you a choice. Deputy Laura always says probation in this court is very hard. And the reason why it's designed so is because I want people to be rehabilitated. And I don't do cookie cutter probation for people. It's each person I see before me is an individual. I don't see people as criminals. They're human beings who've done some bad things. So they're asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 7 years. If you would like, I will give you probation. Or I can sentence you to 4 years in the prison.
I'd take probation if I could.
Okay. All right, then this is what the court will do. I'm going to sentence you to 7 years in the prison. It will be suspended and probated for 8 years. There is a $1,500 fine that will be probated. 300 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes and probation. If you can see which parenting class would probably fit best for him. So if you think compadre, Ramos, whichever one. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. He's going to do the UA hotline upon release until further notice. We'll do a referral to felony drug court, and that's in custody. If he's not accepted, then we're going to follow the recommendations from the TAP evaluation, and they are saying SCATHING.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so if not accepted, then follow TAP recommendations. If you were released, who would you be staying with?
Miss Gay and Church, Texas.
Oh, you're gonna be here. How far is Church from here?
It's just.
Thank
it's
you.
like
You know, I don't know. I haven't learned, even though I've been here for a while, I haven't learned all the areas in Texas yet. It's close.
Yes.
Okay. But Sean, you know, when I first came to Texas and I was trying to find St. Mary's University, my mom was driving. And it was such a long drive from Louisiana because we went through Houston and we never should have done that. It would say, there would be a sign that says you are leaving San Antonio. And we'd be like, quick, get off the freeway. And of course, we're not, I found out we were so not leaving San Antonio. So I'm still learning. So TAP recommendations. So who's in the home where you would be staying?
An older lady friend of mine,
Well, what is your relationship with her?
just friends. She took me in whenever I was out there struggling, trying to get me right.
Does she have children?
Yeah, she has a son,
Age?
my age.
Oh,
He's 36.
she has a 36-year-old. When are grown people going to get their own place instead of living with their mom? At some point, kick people out of the nest. So when is she planning on kicking him out of the nest?
Got no idea.
Now she has 2 grown people living in her house. All right, check on that location to see if it's appropriate. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Actually, I'm going to give him 45 days because his criminal history is such, it's going to be a little bit difficult for him. So 45 days upon release. Ms. Abrams, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, in regards to his community service hours, are you going to give him any credit for his parenting class?
Yes. So once he completes parenting classes, he will be done.
Yes, Your Honor. And nothing else on my end.
All right, is there anything you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
Um,
All right, any mental health issues or anything like that with you? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeals, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You're gonna have to do better. If you don't do better, you're looking at 7 years in prison. So from here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could result in me going to prison for 7 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. And that lady who decided to take you in and now she will have you, a grown person, and her grown son live in the house, make her life easy. Don't bring drama to her doorstep. Don't be fighting over what people get to watch on television. Mow the lawn, do something to help her to earn your keep. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court is calling 2015 CR 12154, State of Texas versus Stephen Allen Salinas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Defense?
Robert Gear, Your Honor, for defendant Stephen Salinas, and we are ready.
And are you Stephen Salinas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
Are you the same Stephen Allen Salinas who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2015 CR 12154 for the offense of continuous violence against family on March 16, 2016 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 2 on or about the 19th day of October 2020 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Stephen Allen Salinas, did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely cocaine, in violation of condition number 2.
Just one moment. How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true.
State,
The state will waive and abandon the other allegations.
any objection?
No objections from defense, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
That's true.
Do you still wish to plead true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement and recommendation, should Your Honor choose to follow it, is to revoke the defendant's community supervision, to sentence the defendant, to adjudicate the case and sentence the defendant to 2 years in the Texas Department of Corrections and give him credit for any time he's already served.
All right, why should I sentence him to the minimum? Has he done anything on probation?
Yes, Judge, may it please the court. Defendant was charged with continuing violence. He did attend and complete the BIP course in this matter to address that. There was also some allegations of drug use.
Just 1 second.
Sorry.
All right, you may continue.
Yes, Judge, sorry. In addressing the alleged drug use, he did attend and complete the Bear outpatient program in this matter. Because of these charges, there was also CPS intervention with the.
Why are you crying?
Because I lost my son.
In what way did you lose your son? Did he pass?
No.
All right. All right, so you lost your son because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. That's what, these are called consequences.
No.
You may continue.
Yes, Judge, thank you. CPS intervened and he had to take multiple classes in regards to CPS, parenting, counseling, the whole works over there. He also did complete 117 hours of community service in this matter, Judge. The one allegation of drug use was from October of 2020. Judge will look at the back page from then until he was expired in March. There was a whole page full of negative tests between then and the expiration of his probation. We understand that we're here because he was not a perfect probationer, but we will affront to the court that he did do quite a bit of what he was required to do, including the classes, the community service hours, and tending to the issues made the basis of this case. Thank you.
All right, state, why should I follow this agreement?
Your Honor, I would echo what defense said, because he completed many of the terms on probation and drug treatment. And at the end of his probation, he was providing negative drug tests on his UAs.
All right, probation, is there anything you wish to say?
Your Honor, the case expired in 2021, so we're past the year mark, jurisdiction and so forth. The recommendation from probation is to revoke or terms unsatisfactory if the balance is paid in full.
All right, so where, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand and state your name for the record.
That's Steven Salinas.
All right, Mr. Salinas. So what happened with your CPS case?
Well, like,
Were your rights terminated?
yes, ma'am.
And was your son adopted out?
He was.
Is it to people you know or not know?
I mean, it's to her family, but it's hard to see him.
All right. So when's the last time you used before you were taken into custody?
Last time I used.
Mhm.
A long time ago, ma'am.
When is that?
I mean, October of 2020, I really don't do anything. I go to work. I mean, I drink beer after work, but that's about it.
Can't be drinking beer because that causes slip up. Don't change one addiction for another.
Yes,
It's sort of,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
when I see a lot of people in treatment, guess what? They don't use cocaine or whatever anymore, but they chain smoke. So you've got to do better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you have employment?
Yes, ma'am. I've been a technician for Sun Auto for about 3.5 years, and then the last couple of months I've been self-employed as a mobile mechanic.
Okay.
On top of that, I was just about to go to college and everything before I got picked up. And I did check to see if there was a warrant to take care of this, but
But I mean, did you think this was just going to go away?
I mean, I didn't know what happened after, just after my PO told me that probation was over, and then when it came time for just for me to get my ID, that's when I was calling in to see if I had a warrant to take care of all this, and I would have been here sooner.
All right. And are you still in contact with Savannah Franson?
I haven't spoken to her in years.
All right. Is there any other questions from either side?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Well, it appears that he completed all of the conditions that were asked of him. It appears that he hasn't picked up any new cases. Am I right?
That is correct. Your
And the cocaine positive UA is from 2020.
You are correct, Your Honor.
And so we're in 2023 now.
That's correct.
And so is there any suspicion that he has used beyond that 2020 date from either side?
State has no evidence of that.
Judge, from defense, we have no suspicion. I know from chatting with him, he's been employed, gainfully employed. And I would assume that continuously gainful employment would negate the use and the consequences that stem from that, Judge.
The court is finding violation condition number 2 true. There is to be no contact with Savannah, SAVANNAH, Francine, FRANCEN. And if it wasn't stated before by the previous judge, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Court will deny the motion and terminate you on SAT. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing
Nothing further from the state. Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. You are going to have to make better decisions. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
When you have an obligation, you can't just think, oh, I'm doing great, so I don't have to answer to the obligations. Part of drug treatment is making amends. And part of making amends is making amends to people that you've entered into contracts with. You understand?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
only reason why I'm terminating you on SAT because these allegations are from 2020. According to the probation report, it shows that you've done everything that you were supposed to do on probation. Yes, you owe some court fees, but it's not due to restitution. Are we off the record? Okay, I just want to make sure. All right. With regards to your child, you know the people who have your child.
Yeah.
Sometimes in CPS cases, strangers adopt children and you don't know who have them.
I know.
So you need to straighten out your life. I don't know what your relationship is with your in-laws or what's going on, but I do know that sometimes if someone has a child who was with you, right? And they are not the child their parent wanted to be, sometimes the parent blames the person who was with them. So you need to better yourself, and maybe if you get your life together, 100%, they'll let you see your child. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for popping in. I love pretrial service. You all just pop in when the bat signal goes out. This is Michael Mora. Were you able to pull up information on him?
Yes.
All right. So I received the violation report for testing positive for methamphetamine.
Yes.
Both the state's attorney and the defense have informed me that this may end up being a federal case, but
Okay.
I want to make sure that he's clean and sober. So he's informed me that he's already signed up for whatever he needs to sign up to help with his drug addiction. Has that happened or no?
I have not received any paperwork from him nor the counselor or whoever he went to get the assessment done. I know I sent him to either Sakata or Lifetime and told him to choose which one, but I have not received usually if it's Lifetime.
All right, everyone, please whisper. Yes.
If it was Lifetime will usually send me the assessment when it's complete. Or Sakata, usually the defendant would have to provide proof that they enrolled into Sakata. But I have not received any documentation whether he's in class or not.
All right. So
Judge, if I may, he
Yes.
just told me that he did email, I don't know who, Miss Sosa, proof of enrollment.
all right, who are you enrolled with?
Wow. It's a class, it's for the Zoom class, it's a 1-day class. It's on the
Oh, no,
12th.
you need more than one day.
And then I have an assessment with, what is it, outpatient? And on the 19th.
All right, what classes, that one class is not going to be enough for you.
That's the class that they told me that was on the paperwork. That's the class they told me to.
All right, which class is he talking about? That's one class.
The 1-day.
So he has to do the 1-day behavioral health orientation, but then
Okay.
Lifetime, the outpatient treatment, Lifetime recovery, it's usually a 30-day to 45-day program and it's 3 classes a week. So again, I don't know what he enrolled into because I have not received any documentation. I did receive an email from him this morning stating that he enrolled, but that was it.
All right, so you need more than an email.
I mean,
No. I mean, when I say more than an email, you just can't send them an email and say I enrolled. You've got to send them documentation. All right, so if you enroll with Lifetime, just sending them an email saying I enrolled in Lifetime, that's not good enough. You need to actually send them the documentation from Lifetime. So are you with Lifetime or not?
Yes.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Ms. Kramer, I'm going to give him 3 days. And he needs to provide proof to his pretrial services officer that he is enrolled with Lifetime Recovery. So let me see here. And I don't want you to throw up your hands just because you've heard that the federal government is going to be picking up cases. You still need to be clean and sober. Because the last thing you want to happen is you're using drugs, you get a bad batch, you end up ODing and your attorney hears about you on the news. Do you have any children? Who do you have in your life that's supporting you?
Me and my girlfriend.
All right, so your girlfriend doesn't want to read about you being found somewhere, you understand? All right, so I'm going to give you, I'll give you till Wednesday. All right, so he needs to have this information to you by Wednesday. And that's July 12th. And if he doesn't give that documentation to you, just please send me another order. And if they send me another order, we're going to be on the record. You understand? All right, Ms. Kramer, is there anything else?
That's all, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Souza, is there anything else that you need me to let him know?
No, just a reminder, the behavioral health on the 12th.
All right, so that's the 12th. Do you understand? Do you need that written down?
Please.
Okay, I'll get a reset form.
All right. Well, no, written down the fact that he needs to.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to him about what to do on that.
Yes, to give the information. And what
I'll
I'll
kindly
do,
send an email if that'll help. I can send him an email.
oh, awesome. She's going to send you an email. Is your same email working? And then what I'll do is I will have them in the back make a copy of this sheet for you, okay? Can you go in the back and have them make a copy? Yes.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Oh, as soon as she gets the copy.
But after we get that, yes.
Yes, and then, wait a minute, we're not done yet.
Oh,
His case is, he needs a reset on that. So Norma, on this case, can you give me a reset for 45 days? Because that should give the federal government enough time to do what they're going to do. And after that, we're going to start the ball rolling on this case.
I think August 24th is.
All right, we're going to do August 24th. Ms. Ferguson will give you the reset form for that. But remember, with Ms. Sosa, you got to give her that information by July 12th. And she's going to send you an email and they're going to make a copy of that form for you in the back, okay? All right, is there anything else you need help with? All right, it's probably best for you to start doing NA or AA classes. They're all around the city. You can do one a day. Is your girlfriend using as well?
She's trying to get me off.
All right, well, maybe she needs to go to classes for, what is it, Al-Anon?
Al-Anon.
Yes. Okay. All right, good
Okay.
luck.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.